You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. And finally, with the rising price of gasoline after 2 years of the coronavirus pandemic, it's easy to see the toll on the general public, especially on those whose livelihood revolves around transportation. At the Electric Vehicle Showcase and Inauguration ceremony of EV charging stations on the morning of 26th of March 2022 at the Ministry of Public Works and Transport, Minister of Public Works and Transport Senior Minister Sun Chanthol said that the growth of EV in Cambodia will contribute to the path of carbon neutrality by 2050. Mr. Reth is one of many moto taxi drivers in Cambodia who has been struggling financially due to the rising price of gasoline.
Presently, moto taxi has many problems because of the rising price of gasoline. Before, I used to get 5,000 to 6,000 riel for a short distance and earn a little bit of money. With the rising price of gasoline, there's no profits. Before, I used to earn 30,000 riels a day. Now it's hard to do.
The government is aware of the issues inflicted on the people as well as fighting the climate crisis, and thus the electric vehicle showcase from 9 brands include BYD Cambodia, Car for You, Hongi, Oyika, Onion Mobility, Jaguar, Komen Khmer, Miku, and Voltra. Senior Minister Sun Chanthol was surprised to see the variations of electric motorcycles and car brands in Cambodia, including Onion Mobility Tuk Tuk or 3-wheeler, which are built in Cambodia.
The Ministry of Public and Transport is committed to lead, to assist, to cooperate with various government agencies and the private sector to push the EV in order to contribute to the reduction of CO2 in the environment, to ensure that we will meet our objective to have the carbon neutrality by 2050.
UNDP has provided 4 fast charging stations to encourage the use of EV. One has been placed at the Ministry of Public Works and Transport. They will also place one at each of the following provinces: Siem Reap, Battambang, and Sihanoukville. With the participation from Total, Katek, PTT so far, and the rest to follow, some gasoline stations have pledged to put their own fast charging stations in important areas. Representative of UNDP Cambodia, Alisa Shakir, has added that with the recent grant from Japan, they are able to help support access to energy for people who are not on the grid and work on energy efficiency in buildings, to cut down on wastage and to use the energy efficiently in a more meaningful way. Thus, she was happy to support e-mobility in Cambodia. She is working with the government to create more shares of renewable energy onto the grid. She also believes that with the focus on renewable energy, Cambodia will be able to create a whole new workforce market, which will be important for the future economic development of Cambodia.
This shift or this energy transition, whether in normal energy settings, but also in the e-mobility, would need new expertise. They need new markets. They need new products. And for this, we need really, to invest in developing the skills and expertise, the Cambodian skills and expertise, but also to put the right laws so that the right energy transition happens in Cambodia, cutting down on other types of pollutions, that might also affect the environment. And of course, increase as much as possible more the renewable energy in the grid and use solar energy so that we can be efficient and we cut down on the emissions and reach by, the carbon neutrality as soon as possible.
Chun Von, Director General of the General Department of Land Transport, agreed that EV is the future. It will help create more jobs. With new technology, it will help develop human resources with the latest technology while cutting down on pollution with the rest of the world. The ministry is aware of the increase of electricity usage and how Cambodia has dealt with electric shortage before. The ministry is working with EDC.
Regarding the energy source, we have talked with the Ministry of EDC. With EV, we will have to use a lot of electricity, but we will cooperate together to provide enough electricity for the EVs and the EDC, working on the energy source and clean energy as well, so that it won't harm the environment.
In addition to saving money on pricey gasoline, electric vehicles have been especially helpful for Thon Kum San and Min Van Na. Thon Kum San said that it has been easy to use his e-bike to sell. He only needs to use his hand to move around. It's especially helpful for him to go up and down the hills without much effort. For Mien Van Na as a kid, e-bike is lighter and safer as it doesn't drive fast.